Samoa, ia tau tuana, o lauto, fi mai lunga. Samoa, ia mua mua, lea tua, I mea uma. Samoa.
I don't know what just happened. Let me see here. Testing 1 2 test. Okay, we're live. Hey everybody, peace and blessings. This is David the Samoan Watchman. Making a quick live because there's no time like the present. I've been meaning to go live for such a long time, and it's been a while. Sorry guys for all you who watch the channel. I'm out here working out. Well, I just finished my workout. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I was gonna head home, and I figured, I know I can do this on my phone. I don't ever have time, and when I get home, I get caught up and distracted and doing other things. So let me just record a quick live session, and let's add an episode to the new series of people who have left an impact on my life. Some of you have reached out about the first episode that was good, and I want to share some more stories. While I'm here on Earth, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but while I'm here, I like to share some of the stories of things that I experience in life, things that have made an impact on me, lessons that I've learned that I feel other people should learn from. We're all here to teach each other and help each other to get past this life as easy as possible. And I highly recommend learning from other people's mistakes, learning from other people's experiences. And if you have an experience to share it. Don't hold it in. How selfish you are to not teach other people the lessons that you've learned in life. Why let them go through the same? I understand there's some people that need to learn things on their own, but you can save a lot of time, a lot of headache by teaching what you've learned through your experience. Or else you've experienced for nothing. That's the way I look at it. Anyways, here I am at the gym. There's my gym right there, Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness. Sponsor me if you want. I'm very excited to finally get into the habit of working out. I did it once before and I fell off, and This time I feel like it's different, especially I got things on the line. Life. Anyways, praise be to God for always being my rock, my savior, my friend, my healer, my redeemer, and the source of all good things in my life. I truly am blessed, and that's why I feel compelled to share information like this um, with you all. And what a busy couple of weeks I've had. Very, very blessed. I just can't explain how good God is. He is just awesome. And, there's a lot of things that God does for us that we don't give him credit for. And, that's my bad. Sorry, Heavenly Father, for not giving all the credit and sharing all the good things that he does for me. Sometimes we get caught in the law, lost in the bad things, and we forget to honor the good things in our life, to share the good things that God has done. Um, what an eventful past couple of weeks. First of all, today's a special day, a special weekend. I should have put another picture of my daughter. One of my daughters and my son are their birthdays 2 days apart, so it's always fun to celebrate them together. This is my son right here, DJ. This handsome young man just turned 10 years old. You may see him in our church services. He's an honorable deacon. He's always up there collecting offering or saying a prayer or giving a testimony and trying to help out. And he's always been wanting a suit. He was wanting first he wanted a tie. He wanted to wear a tie with everything, and he kept calling his tie a suit. And I'm trying to explain to him, no, that's just a necktie. There's an actual suit, And so we got him that for his birthday yesterday. And look at he's so happy to have a suit. What kind of child out there wants the suit for his birthday? And I saw the hat there at Burlington for $6, so figured throw that in there too. So happy birthday to my son DJ. And I also was blessed to have reunited with one of my best friends in high school. This is my friend Lucas. Gosh, so many memories and crazy stories of football practice and rides on the way home from school. Got to catch up with him in San Diego, and it was a good time just catching up and looking forward to, just kind of just catching up on life, man. What we've been doing we haven't seen each other in over 20 years, so it's pretty crazy to meet up with somebody from high school, especially me. I don't see many people from high school. It's very rare that I see somebody, and if I do, we don't really, talk to each other. Just like, oh, I know that guy, that kind of deal. Um, anyways, it was good to do that, and then I was truly blessed the other day. I've been like wanting to eat some pho for the longest. I shared the story on Eddie Gannon's channel. I've been wanting to eat some Vietnamese pho for a long time, and I was like, man, that sounds so good. And every time I try to do it, nothing happens. It always seems like something gets in the way where I don't get to eat the pho, and I've been wanting this so bad. You know what I mean? When you have something like when you get your mind made up and there's like a dish that you want, and you just know that nothing's gonna satisfy it, even if you eat something good. Like I always a nice dinner, good dinners here or there, and I'm like, damn, but that's not the pho. You know what I mean? The pho satisfies in a different kind of way. It's pretty much soup, beef or chicken soup, whatever you want to put in there, and it is so good. And the hoisin sauce, oh goodness, is so bomb. One of my favorite meals, hands down. One of my favorite meals. And this is what it looks like here. And so this is like, you throw a bunch of vegetables in there. This is me after mixing the sauce in it. That's why it looks so dark. Anyway, I want to share about the gentleman right there in the picture. So my family and we finally head out. I'm like, we're getting pho. I don't give a damn. We're gonna go get some pho, whatever it takes. And things were getting in the way, and we persevered. We made it. We made it happen. We went out there, and we found a restaurant. It was far from our house, but it was the only one open at the time. Again, things got in the way. We got distracted. So we got there, and there's a man standing outside with a sign saying "homeless, hungry," and looking for change. Um, and I walked past him and I felt bad because I didn't have any money on me. I only have a card. And so I rushed into the restaurant, and my wife tells him, "Hey, come inside and get some soup." And I turn around, and he's standing inside with, standing behind us. And my wife's like, "Oh, I told him to come in and eat some soup." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, yeah." Come in and we sit down. And I look at the man still standing up there by the door, and I waved at him to come and sit down at the table next to us. Um, and told him to order what he wants. And man, it was an experience because I mean it felt good. I'm not here to like push myself up or push my wife up for feeding a homeless person. It's not about it's not about what do you call that? Brag. We're not bragging and we're not boasting. You know, anybody can do that. Anybody can feed a person. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to brag about. But what I want to say is that um, it was truly an experience. To sit there. And I usually will give $1 or so. Um, whatever I have in my pocket, $5, $2, whatever. And I do it on purpose because I need my children to see, and I need to set that example, plant that seed. And so my children, every time they see a homeless person, they're looking at me like, "Dude, you're gonna give $1 or what?" They call me out on it. Um, and I like that about them. I need them to see that they need help, and we need to do what we can. We don't have a whole lot of money to give away, but a little something. But this was different, sitting down with a man, and we sat at our table. We ordered our food. I turned around, told him to order what he wants, and he ordered a nice steak. And so I was like, "Hey, what you want, man?" Um, and then when the food was ready to be served, I went over and I said, "Can I sit with you?" He said, "Yeah." Sat down. He started asking me about my family. He was a Mexican man, really prominent Indian figure, his face. Um, and again, this is here's a picture of me and him at the restaurant. Um, he was homeless, but he smelled good. I mean, he looked clean, and he says every day he gets up and he goes to Home Depot and waits for work. And anybody can judge people like that. Um, and I said, "Okay, so you're working?" And he said, "Yeah." He said he works, and he'll get a job where he gets a motel for a couple of days to do a job, and he'll do his laundry and shower there, and and he was just hungry. He was so grateful. He was so grateful to sit down and eat with us, and I felt honored to sit there and talk to him and just kind of hear him out. And he's asking me about my children, how long we've been married, where do my kids, what kind of sports do they play, what do they watch on TV, and then he starts telling me about himself, and then says that he comes here from New York, from Mexico to New York to LA, and he says when he came to LA, he lost his wife and daughter. They were shot in Diamond Bar. I didn't think there was much crime going on at Diamond Bar, but anyway, he starts sharing with me how he goes and visits his wife's grave and daughter's grave every day, and that they were shot and killed. I go, "Who did it?" And he said, "There's bad people there." That's all he said, and the rest I couldn't understand. But man, here's a person who's homeless and eating and are hungry, and we decided to feed them. And we always assume that people are out there on drugs or alcohol, or strung out or something. And yeah, that's the case for a lot of them, for a lot of homeless folks. Here's a guy who was just broken because somebody murdered his wife and daughter, and now he ends up doing day jobs trying to survive. And he even pulled out a Ziploc bag out of his wallet, and here's him eating. That's him and his steak. He even pulls out photos. He goes, "Here, this was my wife," and that's him, same face, just much younger. That was his wife and daughter. His name was Francisco. And he said, "I hate the name Frank. I don't know why my mom named me that." But look at that, man. Beautiful family. Somebody gunned them down. So here he is on the streets, just working to survive. You know, pray for you. This guy named Frank who's on the streets of LA County. He goes to church and he does day jobs and he just tries to survive. He doesn't drink. He says he doesn't touch alcohol or drugs. He's got a sound mind. You know, talking to me about Jesus at the dinner table there, talking to me about church, talking to me about work, talking to me about how the younger generation doesn't understand the value of hard work. And it was just truly a blessing. And I just want to share that with you guys. I was honored. You know, I go home after that and I just think, you know, how blessed I am. You know, with all the stuff that I have going on, and believe me, I got some stuff on my plate. I got some trouble on my plate, some trials. I got some issues that I got to deal with. I got some health issues that can cause a man to be stressed out, and I can feel it. I feel that, and it's pushing me to get my workout on every day. And I've been at the gym every day. I just took one day just to rest, and I've been working out in the gym, trying to get better, trying to get my health up. And I see this man, you know, and I can count my disasters in my life. I can count the trouble I have, you know. But thinking about this guy Frank, man, who had his wife and daughter taken away, it really does put things in perspective for you to realize how blessed you are. And you know, you stop whining right away. You stop whining about your stuff, your little problems, when you see a person like this, you know, comes here to create a new lifestyle for his family, and somebody comes and takes that from him. That sucks. It really does. He doesn't even want to go home to Mexico because his wife and daughter are buried here, and so he wants to visit them every day and bring her flowers. You know, it's a wake-up call. You know, cherish those around you. Cherish your friends, your loved ones. Say hello. You know, if you got disconnected with your siblings, your friends, family, reconnect with them. You know, you never know. Never know what things are going to happen. Anyways, it just, not to put myself on a pedestal. I mean, it was really my wife's doing to invite him to come and eat with us, have a meal. And he just kept thanking me, you know. He'd just smile and look at us eating, and he'll look down at his food and he'll look up and he'd just say, thank you, thank you. You know, and you could feel the sincerity of his thank you. And it just reminded me, you know, of a time. You know, this series is about people who have left an impact on my life, and I want to share a time where I was, you know, there's paycheck to paycheck, and then there's, you know, hoping the paycheck comes today and it doesn't, you know, on the day that you really, really, really need it. There was a time where I worked, it was one of my last jobs as a bouncer, and from my home to the job was about a 45-minute drive to an hour drive, depending on how I go. And you got to climb over a big hill. And so it costs money to get to work, especially if you're driving an old Yukon, you know, GMC Yukon. It costs money to go to work. And so, you know, when you're in between checks, you know, there was a day I needed to go to work. I was scheduled to work, and I was like, damn, I got no money for this card. The light's already on. I'm gonna push this thing all the way down there and, you know, work this job. And then, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna get back. I have no gas to get back. So I went hoping that I would get some tips at work, you know, working the door at the club. I was like, okay, I usually get tips. Let me get down there and, you know, get these tips and get back home. You know, that'll be my way home. And I went all the way down there, worked all day, got really close. I looked like some people were, and I knew how to do it. I knew how to work the doors. I knew how to get my tips, you know, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And there was no other coworkers there where I can, you know, be like, hey, can you slide me $5, $10 for gas? And I'll pay you back on Friday when we get paid. There was nothing. There was nobody else there. It was just a day where I was there by myself. Um, and yeah, I ended up leaving the job site, and it was what 3 in the morning, 2:45, and I drive down the street towards home, and I pulled into a gas station, and I'm like, okay, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm not gonna make this thing home. So I started like digging through the car for change, and I found a few pennies and a lot of pennies actually. And I was started counting. I got up to like almost $1. I was counting change. I was standing outside, door wide open, and I was standing outside, and I had the change on my driver's seat, and I was just counting change. And I was doing it quietly because you don't want anybody to know your business and all that stuff. I was just being prideful. Um, but here's the thing, out of nowhere, and I think I talked about this before on my channel. Out of nowhere, I hear a voice, saying, "Hey, you counting change?" Say, "Hey, you counting change?" And I was like, I didn't put this together till afterwards, and I'm pretty good at doing that. Just kind of in my mind, step by step, how things happen. And I remember being really careful about counting the change on the seat of my chair. I didn't need anybody hearing this. You know, there was another guy there who was pumping gas, and he's gone now. And I'm counting the change on my seat, and I hear a voice saying, "Hey, you counting change?" I turn around. All of a sudden, there's this guy there, and he has his car. He pulled up in his car, uh, and he's pumping gas. He's standing there with his hands in his pocket, asking me, "Hey, are you counting change?" And I'm like, "Oh, what the hell? Where'd you come from?" And so I was gonna be prideful and say, "No, what the hell, man, mind your business." You know what I mean? I was just gonna do that. But something like came over me, and I just looked at him and I said, "Yeah." And I felt shame. I felt very low. Um, what's the word? Just ashamed. Anyways, and he goes, "Yeah," and he pulls out the pump from his car and steps over the little boundary there, and then opens up my tank and starts filling it up. You know, seamlessly. It was just without question, without hesitation. I said, "Yeah," and then he goes, "Here, let me give you some gas," and he pulls the pump from his car and starts filling up mine. Then he's standing there with his hands folded, and and here's the trip. I'm tripping out because here's this white guy in the neighborhood where I don't think I would have seen too many white guys at that point. And he's driving. He's wearing a nice clothes, jeans, and a shirt and a black leather jacket. And he's driving one of my favorite cars at the time. The 650 Li BMW. It's like their muscle car, coupe. And I'm like sitting there, and he's looking at me like, "Yeah, so how much gas would you like?" I go, you know what I mean? I could have just been stingy and be like, "Yeah, just fill it up." But of course, that wasn't me, and I felt bad. I was like, "You know what? Just that's enough right there. $5-10 is all good." He was like, "No, it's okay. Let it go." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "How much gas are you giving me?" I'm like, "How much gas are you giving me?" And I'm like, "No, really, sir, that's all right." He goes, "No, it's okay. It's fine." And he's standing there just kind of rocking back and forth from his heels to his toes, and hands in his pocket, and then hands crossed, and he's looking at me. He's like, "You just got off of work?" And I go, "Yeah." And I had my security outfit on. And he was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, man." He goes, "We all have those times." And I'm like, "No, really, stop pumping my gas." Because the whole time it's pumping. I pull out the handle, and I'm like, he gave me about $60 worth of gas, And then he was like, all right, you gonna be good? I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, have a good day." Gets in his car and takes off. And I'm like, what the heck? Was I just visited by an angel? Because this guy comes up wearing some nice clothes that I would wear, but he's driving one of my favorite cars, all white BMW 650 Li. And I'm like, I did not hear this guy pull up. I did it. And I'm pretty good. I know cars. And if a car were to pull up, and it has a distinct sound to it, I'll look over because I'm into that kind of thing. If I hear that it has a nice exhaust or something, I'll turn over and look. I'm like, what's he driving? You know what I mean? This guy pulls up, nothing, no sound, nothing. And at first I thought it was just some random guy. And I was like, okay, I need to pay that blessing forward, right? But as what is it, the aftermath? I'm putting the pieces together, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I would have known if his car, because his car was loud taking off. I would have known if someone was pulling in. This guy, I was just, my head was down, counting change, and not even a minute goes, not even a minute. I would say not even 20 seconds. I'd have my head down, and he goes, boom, out of nowhere. Are you counting change? I'm like, what the hell? Where'd you come from? Anyways, do you think it's possible I could have been visited by an angel? Someone was just there out of nowhere at the right time. Because this has happened to me quite a few times, and I can't remember the instances, but when I do want to share that. Anyways, helping out that homeless man to get a meal reminded me to, that there's times where we entertain angels unaware. The Bible says that sometimes people around us are angels they'll act like they're someone in need, or they're a hero that shows up right when they need to. Anyways, we have angels around us, and my encouragement to you is to do what you can, to be like one, to, bless somebody with the abilities that you have, with the resources you have. Do what you can for people, man, because that goes a long way. It really does. That person was a big fan of my mom. My friend Lucas was a big fan of my mom and what she's done, and that's caused him to pursue a career in hospitality. The homeless man just kept saying thank you, thank you, thank you. It reminded me of that guy. Just came out of nowhere and starts filling up my tank. I think that was an angel. I don't know. You might be like, yeah, whatever, David. But anyways, he's left a long-lasting impression on my life, because even let's say he wasn't an angel, he was just a regular person. People would only bless other people when they got money like that. But we gotta do it with faith. Just like when we give back to God. It's not about how much you give. It's about you giving faithfully. But yeah, anyways, when you get a chance, if you ever get a chance to feed a homeless guy, sit down at the table and talk to him about his life. What crazy stories must be out there. And I'm pretty sure, they'll be grateful. If you don't have $5, $10 in your pocket, but you can get them, part of your chili cheese fries or something. I don't know. Or even a steak like my friend Frank. Anyways, it just felt good to bless somebody. And I feel blessed for doing that. I thank my wife for doing that with us, or for opening that opportunity for me to meet Frank and talk to him about his family. So rest in peace to Frank's wife and his daughter. May they fly high, and may they be blessed by the Lord God Almighty. Again, it's him again. And sorry, about to be 2 in the morning. I just got done working out, and I am beat. I'm gonna go home, play some Call of Duty, and get some rest. Anyways, this is episode 3 of people that have left an impact on my life, and I encourage you to do the same. Start thinking about times where people came through for you when you didn't expect it. A lot of people forget these things. Give them a week or two, they forget. But anyways, I'm blessed to have this opportunity to share with you guys. Oh, what's up? I didn't see we have comments. Hey, Steve-O. Hey, Sharon. Carmina. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much. So we had a homeless person here when he died. He was worth, wow, millions, really. Oh wow. Yeah, I know, right? Can you imagine all these people on the streets and stuff that they own, and you know, it's just sitting there. I got some Goodwill donation stories to tell you guys sometime. Anyways, I'm beat, but much love and peace and out to you all. Peace and blessings. Um, I hope you guys are all doing well. I know there's a lot of people that are sick. Sandy's sick. Pray for her. Lift her up. Um, Silver Girl, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well. Steve-O, thanks a lot, man. Mr. Rockman himself. Sharon, thank you so much for always watching. You know, you've always been a good, loyal friend here on this channel. Carmina, welcome here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, I'm just so blessed to have this platform. And sorry I don't go live when everybody else is live. I'm always busy. Look, you see the time I work it out. I'm working out 12 in the morning till about 1:30. And yeah, this is my little window to go live. So man, so anyways, I'm a blessed man, and grateful to have you guys in my life. And I will go live during the daytime very soon. I will do a bass stream maybe tomorrow, and hopefully I can hop on karaoke with you guys again. I miss doing that with you guys. It's always fun. You guys are great people. But yeah, peace and blessings to all. Love on each other. Forgive one another. Build relationships. Restore relationships. And know that out of all the truths there are out there, whether it comes to medical information or whether it comes to political topics, the number one truth out there is that Jesus Christ is Lord of our life, and He is the way to salvation into heaven. God bless you all. Peace.